Fires and Magic, Chapter 34, Twilight Affair. You are there. 19. No one cares. Nobody cares how many days remain because, gosh darn, I think we just went Skyrim on me. You know, we're able to do so much story. We're able to do so much of the storyline and ignore for so long while doing all these freaking side quests. Clouds were scattered across the darkened sky, concealing some of the stars out of jealousy. But they could not do the same for the nearly full moon, its muted rays lending light to the land. Glowing, psychedelic rainbow colors were jumbled together around the falls, merely due to the lack of sunlight straightening them out. But the sight was a gorgeous one, something nobody really saw. As fortunate Princess Luna had, and that she had suggested the sight to Twilight. A gentle breeze brushed through the leaves of the forest, spraying their crisp, clean scent throughout the area.
I apologize. My brother seems to have bailed and replaced me in his stead. Afterwards, let's continue. At this hour, most of the village's inhabitants were in their homes or asleep, and this meant that the Winsome Falls were practically abandoned, exactly as Twilight anticipated. She walked beside Peter through the forest path in a comfortable silence, the only sound other than their footsteps being the gurgling of the river and the rustling leaves. Twilight stole occasional glances out the corner of her eye, finding Peter with his beautiful hazel gaze fixed on the ground every time. Of course, Twilight tried to warn him of the tree that was in his way. It seemed that, lost in his train of thought, choo-choo, he was too distracted to notice the light being refracted through the spray of the river, turning the entire thing into a churning rainbow of psychedelic whirls and eddies. Yeah, Peter really shouldn't have eaten those brownies. Even in the soft, silvery moonlight, his brow was furrowed, revealing he was deep in thought. A small, strange grunt of pain escaped from his throat and mouth with each misstep he took, so Peter hid his discomfort with a very forced, stiff smile, in order to provide some relief for the trip. Twilight lifted the stallion from the ground for telekinesis, traveling with him hovering over her shoulder. Peter almost tried to complain, but the pain pulsing through his hooves made it difficult to do so, despite his diminishing pride. That's Peter out of head, pride. Twilight frowned as her violet eyes wandered across her stallion's physique, particularly the patches of missing fur in his coat and burned hooves. Peter was shaping up to be one of Equestria's most powerful beings, but he was certainly not invincible. Are you sure about that? Something the mayor had learned several times through personal experience. Twilight stopped in her tracks and directed her gaze to the river, prompting Peter to mirror her actions. The moon reflections shone brightly at the center of the water, while the clouds were a darker shade of purple along the wet surface. Twilight's eyes widened once she found a vacant spot along the riverbank, and the mare wasted no time in taking a seat, the cool touch of the soft grass providing a comfortable seat. She turned and gently released the stallion from her telekinetic grip. Twilight, were you trying to strangle him? Giggling as he motioned for Peter to join her side. Abashed, the stallion did as he was instructed, and gingerly sat along the bank, grumbling incoherently as his muscles ached in protest. But with some effort, Peter managed to find comfort for his pain, and invited a genuine smile on his face. Unbeknownst to him, Twilight could not pry her eyes away from his body. The skin underneath his coat was an angry shade of red, while Peter's accelerated healing factor had fixed all but the worst of his damage. The average point. Wait a minute, does Peter actually have a healing factor? Pretty sure he doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not that big a Spidey fan, so I wouldn't know. But does he have a healing factor? Okay, maybe he does have a healing factor. You win this round. Unbeknownst to him, Twilight could not pry her eyes away. Oh, the batter's point would still say the stallion looked absolutely terrible. Fur and patches of skin inflamed. However, such thought never occurred to Twilight. The color in her cheeks brightened as she leaned closer till her flank touched his, and her lips pecked his cheek affectionately. To her, Peter was gorgeous, and she felt no shame in admitting this. What you did today was amazing, Peter. Twilight said, finally ending the silence that built between herself and the stallion. Peter scratched the back of his head, blushing as he accepted the compliment in an act of affection. I should have known Peter was a bestiality. It was nothing, he muttered, chuckling nervously. Twilight giggled at the response. It was nice knowing she could return his reaction to her cult friend. After an embarrassing amount of time, Peter cleared his throat and said, but I do appreciate the compliment. Twilight's brow furrowed. She slid her hoof underneath Peter's, making certain to avoid touching an irritating visible firm spot where I saw him. How much does it hurt? Peter watched the mare caress her, his hoof with both her own, and his fur tingled at Twilight's soft touch. I'm sore, but I suffered from worse. But I recovered from worse. Then I pressed his free hoof underneath the girl's chin, bringing her violet gaze to me as hell a hazel one. It's not nearly as bad as I thought, Firelord. His brow nodded, learning to burn stain for the day vividly. Seriously, Firelord. You know, I say it straight off to your head disapprovingly. The Marvel Universe is some parts of New York is probably pretty devastated without you around, Pete. Just saying. I'm never going to understand any of your references, no matter how much you keep using them. Peter shrugged. Well, excuse me, princess. I'm just kidding, I love that meme. So why is expressing turned blank? You're doing it again. Sparky Peter reached forward just to Todd's muzzle. I'm sorry, but my princess is in another castle. Stop it! She whined, feeling Peter's face rise. Seriously, does anyone, whenever they do this kind of thing with human and pony, do they ever think of the, implications, bestiality, the fact that zoophilia is kind of a crime in most states? I'm just saying, no one ever addresses this. Why does no one ever address that? I mean, seriously, are the ponies sentient enough to not be considered bestiality? Is it considered bestiality? It's only considered bestiality if the ponies aren't sentient? I mean, is there bestiality in the pony world? Are the ponies? Is it considered bestiality if say, a pony banged your dog? I'm saying these are important questions I have to ask, and these are important questions that must be answered. I demand answers, and you ain't giving them. While she could earn reactions from Peter on occasion, it was frustrating knowing that Stallion could get under her fur with significant ease. Yet, it was something she loved about Peter at the same time. As to why she felt this way, well, that was a mystery to Twilight. But once she got into the cadence, it was normal for a mare to experience this conflicted feeling. Twilight forced out a sigh. Even now, love continued to be a needlessly complex development in her life. Her Alcorn attributes were easier to understand in comparison. Despite the frustration she felt in the matter, Twilight could only smile, knowing she wouldn't change it or Peter for anything in the world. I mean, seriously! Do you guys not think about the implications when you do this kind of shipping? When human on a pony, this is something that needs to be addressed! I'm not letting this go until I get answers. Peter rolled over onto his back, resting his head against the mare's side. I feel like nobody understands me. He is an angsty teen. He sniveled dolefully, shifting his gaze to the purple tinted sky. I gotta say, the writing isn't that bad. I mean, I've seen worse. That's because no pony does. Twilight shot her head came Peter's line of sight. Twilight just looked at him in mock fashion. His expression softened once Twilight's hoof fell over his chest, prompting to gently kiss the tip of it. The mare smiled, but I'm happy to try. She brushed a few strands of his chocolate-colored mane free from his face. Chocolate hair. I'm feared to fully see the pleading visits his mare subtly bore. Please, tell me what's wrong. The pair remained silent for a few moments. Peter placed his hoof over Twilight and pulled it over his mouth, bringing it to her fur while he took in her sweet scent. Throughout his time in Equestria, the stallion bowed insecurities. But every time he seemed to have followed the lowest of his doubts, Twilight was always there to lift his spirits. He couldn't put into words how much that meant on his own, and that appreciation was strengthened by the fact that Princess Celestia's offer was suggested by Twilight in the first place. However, this only added to Peter's doubt. Twilight continuously put on an unbelievable amount of faith in the stallion. Despite the fact he couldn't believe himself in the slightest. Peter felt a lump in his throat that refused to be swallowed. He let those closest to him down before. He didn't want to fail the love of his life for a second time. Twilight's gaze softened as Peter's hoof clutched her own, as if desperate to hang on, not let go. She knew at least part of his past, how she just died Peter proved himself to be. Despite his great power, Peter was a gentle soul, desperate to do the right thing, even if it cost him the end. No one saw it through. That was his decision to make. Twilight accepted that. She wanted her stallion to receive respite from his countless sacrifices. She continued to stroke his mane and caress his, giving Peter some reassurance while he gathered her thoughts. I guess you already know what I'm thinking about, Peter muttered. Stallion once Mary gave him a simple, affirming nod. Stallion felt himself leaning further against Twilight's warm flank. To her side, came to a place where her directed his gaze to the river. Finding himself drifting glowing rainbow-colored rays while hovering over the water. The Twilight's wondrous scent kept him grounded, gently reminding Peter of the mirror holding him close. Do you think it's the right thing to do? Once I reveal my identity to the world, there's no coming back. No! You will not reveal your identity to the world! The last time that happened, it was dumb! Really dumb! I just hope Peter doesn't just, make a deal with Discord to remove his marriage. I closed her eyes. I do, but I understand why you're so hesitant about the other thing, and about the whole thing. Why do you want to reveal his identity to the world? Smiling, the mayor carefully slid her hoop along Peter's limb, making certain not to grace any of his sensitive marks. Sensitive marks. Following enemies you've made back in your old world, it only makes sense to keep your identity a secret. Based since to Claire to scare Peter, never made Caesar so angry. Not even a Trixie, but forced her away to their lives with her blackmail. He's a brown male! Sirius released Peter's foreleg, slamming her hoop in the ground. Plus, that cruel man writing the newspaper ever found out who you really were? I can't imagine the abuse he would have put you through. Peter clutched his side, growing beside himself as he worked himself back into a sitting position. He placed his hoop over his shoulder. Twilight. She avoided his gaze, keeping her gaze fixed on her. Things are different in Equestria. You have friends. And me. Like Peter didn't have friends back in his own world? Her cheeks flushed, as she ignored Bernie's sensation. Everyone loves you here. We're not like most people on your planet. We actually appreciate the things you do. What point goes out and helps others without asking for anything in return every day of his life? No point but you, Peter. Alright, Skander. Oh. This is one of those pony fics, isn't it? I'm not sure if my brother addressed this. For those of you who are new to the pony fandom, I'm not sure if this is still a trend, but it was quite common for pony fics, at least back in the day, to shill Equestria as a better world than ours, to the point where anyone who wants to go there will never leave. It was quite popular back in the early days of season 1 and 2. It's kind of dialed down once they realized Equestria was actually kind of a horrible place to live in. I mean, there are dragons and hydras. I don't want to live in Equestria! I could get crushed by a manticore! Or eaten! Or burned! Or turned into something rain! But yeah, this was a very popular and kind of annoying trend in early fics, where Equestria is shielded to be this perfect place that everyone wants to go to. To a point where, for me, it's kind of annoying. It's like they forget all the bad stuff that happens in Equestria. And this is what I'm saying here. Peter has this in his head that he had no friends in Marvel Universe, though I could probably tell you who would be his friend in Marvel Universe. In fact, a lot of people are his friends in the Marvel Universe. I know. I like Marvel comics. All I'm saying is we gotta buck this trend. Avoid gaze. Oh wait, never mind. I already read that. No point but you, Peter. I just want everyone to know how much of a hero you really are. You deserve it. It's so much more. Paris stray tears escape from the corner of the Twilight's eyes. She cursed under her breath, wiping from her face with her hoop, despising how she never seemed to keep a secure grip on her emotions whenever Peter was involved. However, her action did not go unnoticed by Stein. He placed a carefully aimed kiss on Twilight's ear, allowing his hot breath to press against it playfully. The Alcorn stiffened, taking sharp yet pleased breaths. Turned to face Peter, stiff slipped over hers with precise accuracy, causing Twilight to yelp inside his mouth. Her surprise quickly faded, allowing the mare to moan contentedly. I swear, bestiality! Why does no one think about this? I know I harp on this, but no one. I have never seen a fanfic address this. I have never seen it. I've seen fanfics that have this kind of shipping, between a human and a pony, or say a pony turn human, a human turn pony, or a pony turn human to a human. They never address this. I've seen comedy fics that sort of address it, but otherwise, I've never seen a fic address this. Peter ended the kiss abruptly, much to Twilight's dismay, and Blade gently pressed his muzzle against hers, ensuring he was at the center of the mirror's glossy eyes. It's the more that's bothering me. That's the second time I've seen words being smushed together. But if you believe in me, I'll do it. Just because the world will know I'm me doesn't mean I'll quit. Request your knees, Spider-Man. Still a ridiculous name. He just won't be wearing his mask as much. Okay, slower, Tim. No gestures. I just hope this is something Uncle Ben will understand. I wouldn't want to think I'm doing it just to stroke my own ego. I can't speak to your for your uncle, I said hesitantly, shaking her head, but she forced herself to smile. But he was a great person who told me he was, and I believe he would be proud of you regardless. Cheers for service, saying that you don't have to hide behind that mask anymore. Let every boy know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. And he's the boy I love and support always! No, seriously, why are you crying? Seriously, is this one of those fics where ponies cry at the top of a hat? Drop. Peter synced his lips to Twilight's once more, this time more passionately. Sue's traveled, one brushed through Twilight's silky smooth mane, while the other caressed her shoulder. Twilight's mind grew fuzzy as he voluntarily shuddered. Am I going to have to skip some things? Ugh. Her body joined Peter's touch to a severe degree. He pulled from her lips again, earning a barrel agitated groan from the usually calm bookworm, and smirked. What bad guys attacked me through you and the others? They'll stand by your side, use the with a hardy, and blast them into submission. I was saying, resuming the kiss. Her signature pink strand of mane fell over her snout, landing on the tip of Peter's muzzle in the process. With the stallion used to soothe her breast behind the mirror's ear, trailing lightly across her waist afterwards. Twilight's moans increased in volume, echoing between the branches of the forest. Her head felt light, this blissful wave of pleasure threatening to take her over the edge. Before she could see how much deeper their intimacy could run, Twilight's wings sprang to life, stiffening as it perked high above her head and body. She broke away from Peter with a surprised yelp. Her expressions grew exasperated once her mind rested on the appendages on her back, evident by the pink flush on her cheeks. Twilight understood Fluttershy's plight. Not rainbows. She doesn't like Rainbow Dash. She only hoped this wouldn't happen to Puglet whenever her and Peter go out. However, the mare found a way to smile, despite her vast embarrassment. Glanced off to his side. I'm not gonna stand back and let you fight the world alone. She her engaged past his side. Moose milking image reflected off the surface of her violet irises. So don't worry, I know you're gonna do your best to protect me and everybody else. I promise I'll watch out for you. We all will. Okay? And I simply nodded, genuinely satisfied with the answer he was given. It was true. Twilight and the others were saving the question before Spider-Man even showed up. If anything, it was nice having support from friends who could hold their own in the face of danger. Peter's mind continued to ponder their situation, desperate to diminish what little hope he was bringing in his heart. Yes, maybe he could disregard his identity for the sake of his friends, could sap the forces of evil to implement with the element of harmony. There was another fear holding him back. Peter slid his hooves under Twilight's limb, lifting the mirror gently, but softly placed her on her back. Mind you stretched her wings out to her, avoid playing any uncomfortable amount of weight on them. He placed himself directly over her, and he planted serious kisses on the mare's neck. Nice skirting over under his position, her mind melting to goo with fur standing on end. But as if he was teaching her a cool manner, Peter stopped what he's doing, giving his lover a playful smile and earning a second agitated groan in return. Well, I got to, well, I think I'm going to have to skip some more, don't I? This is gonna be more uncomfortable for me than for most people in existence. Rachel sighed. I cannot explain the burning sensation in the bottom of her stomach was, or why she begged to dive into it fully. Peter was striking the most sensitive parts of her body with the greatest accuracy and wondrous touch. Ow! She didn't want it to end, but her stallion insisted on teasing her, feeding the arousal within her body with all the bits of her intent. The temperature in her face rose as just the thoughts plagued her mind, adding to the urge that she was struggled to repress. Repress! Repress! Fortunately, before she could lose her senses, Peter brought to his ordinary cheeks, prompting Tawny to meet his hazel gaze. Still an inch or two from her face, their body height conjoined, igniting a sudden temperature increase between the two. Small beats of sweat poured over Tawny's body, but she found herself hanging in honest silence, not caring what transpired in the outside world. Celestia, you said you believed I earned this. I can't fully say I fully agree, but sometimes irritated, glared at possible more. Rest saying, "Stop thinking like that! Get a hold of yourself! Get a hold of yourself!" His insecurities will always remain, but with a girl supportive as Twilight, it's easy to tune them out more than usual. The inside of his chest tightened, Peter's heart swelling with new resolve. Not even a cynical mind could refute the idea of embracing something with possible repercussions. But for the first time since he received the news of his impending changing future, Peter's thoughts, both from his mind and heart, agreed on a common fact that needed to be stated. "Twilight Sparkle, I love you," he said earnestly, closing the gap between the mayor's mouth and his own. "I give anything and everything that will keep you safe and make you happy." His eyes shut as shook his head shamefully. "I just don't want to fail you like I did Gwen. It means so much to me. If you really think I'm worth it, then maybe." "Yeah, worth it. Like your marriage!" I'm sorry. I just hope Peter doesn't find any clones in this fic. I'm sorry again. Peter's sentence was cut short once Twilight lifted her head and silenced his eye with a deep kiss. "Still better girlfriend to Carly!" Her was wrapping around his neck. She opened her mouth, allowing Peter to explore her further with his tongue, and he accepted his gesture. "Peter, you're kissing a horse! How are you not thinking about this?" That's his gesture, leaning forward until his horn brushed against hers. Okay, I didn't expect him to be a unicorn. I just thought he'd be an Earthling. Her mind felt light, cleanness, and explored a new realm of wonderful sensations. Small traces of magic escaped from her horn and circled the Peers. You know what I noticed? This fic is very, very slow paced. This caused a chain reaction, his own magical energy entwining Twilight's, and the searchers, of course, punk points in the moment. Yow! There was no backlash or volatile reaction. Aw, that would have been awesome! In fact, Peter felt something stirring within his heart. He halfway opened his eyes, all while maintaining full control of his kiss, and found Twilight staring at him intently. You know what I call this? Still a better love story than Twilight! Hey! I'll shut up now. Peter dove into the deep violet ocean in her eyes. He was drowning in it, instinctively pressing his body to get further against hers in the process, in spite of his nagging injuries. Twilight's wings stiffened profusely, but he paid it no mind, daring not to end this fabulous moment. "Darling!" Peter's heart threatened to spring out of his chest, for it knew what Twilight was saying. Not words, but her actions. The message was simple, enforced by the want in her eyes. I want it. I need it. She loved him and would support him regardless. Eventually, the pair mutually parted lips, both in need of air, but the sense of giddiness within Peter continued to swell, allowing the stallion to smile confidently. The answer was there as it always had been. Earth was in the past, Twilight was the present, and the future of Peter's life. Still has doubts and fears. Stallion always wanted to be there for those who helped give him a second chance in life. Yep! Green Goblin's destroying half of New York. Yep. There goes Carnage. Going plumb loco. Oh, look! Is that Dr. Octopus? Doc Ock creating a giant robot to destroy giant octopus robot to destroy everything? Hmm. Neat. I still have doubts and fears. I don't want to be there. If saying a secret identity will help protect them, why would saying a secret identity help protect them? I guess I probably missed that, but whatever. Girl was loved in the end. Peter would gladly do so. It's what his Uncle Ben would want. I forgot Gemma myself! Oh, I suck. As far as the other changes were concerned, Peter will only accept because Twilight wouldn't want it any other way. She's gone through serious changes on her own, having become an Alicorn and a princess overnight. It certainly was a learning experience, but Peter wouldn't be happier to help her through it as she would do the same for him. Fine, I'll do it, but the few points I'd like to tell first would go to the public. Grin. Harmony took over a breasty pat for our mayor's chest. Ty stuffed a smile, struggling not to succumb to laughter. Peter proved merciful, rubbing his hip as he forced him to move back to a sitting position. I'll tell you all about it in the morning. This is pretty big for me. I mean, Rose going to know the truth about me soon. It won't be so bad. Save the world, and everybody doesn't fawn over us. As long as you don't toot your horn about it, everybody will give you your own space. Don't just suit your aunt and force you to give up your marriage. I'm sorry. Last one more day joke, I promise. At least I don't have to worry about you growing a massive ego. Rainbow Dash? Not smallest only. Exactly. Saying, Peter stood back on all four hooves, much of his aching body's detriment. Todd's eyes finally sprang to the standing position, but Peter's hooves wrapped around her neck, pulling the mirror to a swift embrace. I'm doing this for you more than anything else. You're an amazing girl who found a way to believe in a loser like me. Meanwhile, just Sarah glanced. Peter's open smile shone as bright as the moon in the sky. Like a moon night! But no matter what happens, I'll always be there for you, even if I die trying. I felt his breath shorten. They were but simple words, yet coming from Peter, there was a great weight that carried them forth. Their exchange was nothing short of simple. However, Twilight meant what she said. Judging from the giddy sensation that culminated from within her chest, you could sense Peter's message was just as sincere. Her release swelled, blossoming in understanding happiness. Side smile grew much the width of Peter's. A pair of tears down and slid down her flushed cheeks. Mare found herself giggling, still happy despite her forming tears. Like before, she felt frustrated, thinking out difficulty understanding emotions expressed out by her over her love for Peter. I didn't care at the moment, only wanting to join to the fullest. Peter reached out, brushing away his tears with his soup, leaning forward, finding a soft kiss on her forehead. I shuddered into contact and attained her smile. The stars, she would never grow tired of that. Thanks, Twilight, for everything. Peter said honestly, his instant over Mare's shoulder. Twilight simply nodded, affected by his enthusiasm, and leaped into the stallion's touch. A gentle breeze brushed through their mane, swiftly Twilight's long locks while only rustling Peter's short, uncut strands mildly. The stallion closed his eyes and huffed, a small realization coming to mind. I had to say I'm sorry too. Huh? Why you say that all of a sudden? Warren Peter first time I was around twice by, just toward the bank of the river. Very high-pitched squeak as she entered the river's cool brace. Paddling for several moments in the water, remembering his butter gas. Oh! I can't swim! I have to paddle! Dog paddle! Doggy paddle! The surface of the river was surprisingly cold, thanks to the lack of sunlight. Cool breezes brushing beneath the forest. Twilight shook her head, freeing her drenched mane from her face. Now Peter surfacing a few lengths away, a mischief grin on his features. That was completely unnecessary. Seriously, dude, is the spacebar on your keyboard broken or something? That's like the fourth combined word! I did apologize in advance. He just smugly replied, prompting Mare, taking wide swing at her, who were fast water was face for finished pronouncing the C. Do you think my plan was all wet? Fine! Nah, and never seen a glass of water until Peter goes for I guess this doesn't float your boat. Six! Go find words! Damn it! Your keyboard is broken! Your keyboard is broken! In response to his spidersness, Peter dove under the water, where Twilight fast to connect. He quickly emerged behind the mirror, wrapping his hooves around her frame in a playful manner. Eventually, the laughter subsided, allowing Peter to place his lips along the edge of Twilight's ear. You are so beautiful, he whispered, lowering his half-flat face in his cheeks. I love you. Again! Bestiality! Seriously, am I freaking alone here? Peter held the mare immensely close, definitely as his grip tightened. Despite the cool temperature the river wind brought, Twilight found himself melting away in the warmth of Peter's embrace. She leaned against him, nuzzled the sides of her face and the his neck, chewing at the comfort she felt. In time the world rose this very second. Twilight would give no objection, happy to spend the rest of her days in the hoofs of her love. Words cannot describe how strong Yalgor felt about the current situation, approaching one. She knew it was all as strong as the one she and Peter shared for each other. Nothing would ever drive them apart. Raising her head, Twilight's mouth managed to locate Peter's. Peter shared a kiss under the starlit sky, not before giving each other one more touch and returns in the form of three simply powerful words. I love you! Quite some time has passed, but the inside of Camelot Castle remained silent in respect for the night. Peter quietly escorted Twilight through the halls of her personal quarters. Though they had dried themselves, evidences of her trays lingered thanks to their drenched manes. Both parties didn't seem to mind. Smiles wide as they walked nuzzled together. We finally reached Twilight's bedroom door. No plane was in sight. Guards patrolling the outside of their respective hallway. When the reviewer reached down, taking the mirror in his own, and smiled warmly. Twilight's cheeks flushed to a shade of pink in response. She giggled, digging sensation in her chest, too welcomingly to tune out. They gazed upon each other, and in that one moment Twilight could not see, hear, or feel anything else. Only Peter. Her lips brushed his. She wasn't sure who moved into the kiss first. Twilight drank him, nervous passion seeping into her muscles. Good night, Twilight. Twilight felt her cheek flush. Yeah. Good night, Peter. The stallion nodded, slowly making his exit. He heard the door open behind him. Before he could progress, Twilight grabbed him by the limb and dragged her into her quarters. The door magically shut and tight, similar to the lock clicking soundly. Underneath the moon, two stars danced together, and a bright flash of light they conjoined, shooting off into the distance as one unit. No matter what lays in the future, those stars remain together. Hearts apart each other till the end of time. Ew!